Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a reading for Leo. Welcome, Leos. Hope all is well. So I am tuning into all Leo's energy, or at least a section, and not any one person's energies. If you would like a reading with your specific energies, you can feel free to schedule your own appointment with me. The link is in the description box below. So, all right, Leos, let's look at your energies. In the past, Leo, you were in the energy of spiritual strength. Feels like something like you really overcame something. Feels like you showed yourself how strong you are. Let's see what this was about. It took a lot of strength because there's something that happened in the past that not only required spiritual strength, but it felt like it took forever. It was around something where you didn't feel like you were in control. You were at a standstill and you couldn't make a decision. So there was something in your past that just made you unable to move. A fear of sacrificing something, maybe a fear. It kept you in your tracks. And then something happens, there was a change, and either someone came in with passion, fearlessness, or that was you. Something shifted in your energy and you were inspired to action. And you completed this cycle of confusion, of a lack of control, of delays. Now that's really general. That's really broad. Okay, so whatever this situation was that you had a lack of control, Leos, it couldn't have gotten any worse. It's it feels like you were betrayed, and just staying in a situation that I get this feeling like you're in a situation, okay, it's really bad, but I'm going to stick with it. And then it would get worse. And you're like, all right, now I'm adjusting to this other next level of things not being well. This is worse, but I'm adjusting to this now. And then it gets worse, and then you adjust to that level. It's kind of like you gave away your power. You gave away a lot of who you were. It finally got sage is burning strong today. It feels like you got so, it might have affected your health. Like it got to such a point that you were so deteriorated and so lost to whatever this situation was, But then something shifted. How did that shift? Did you shift? Let's see what that is. It's like something happened. There was so much deception and manipulation, and it was just happening for so long. I get the feeling there's something that you were impassioned about, some skill, some very personal skill that you have that you worked on to master. I feel like these are separate things. Like there's some type of connection, some type of relationship, whether it be family or personal relationship, a friend, romantic, work situation. There's some kind of connection where you were deceived, manipulated, and just taking it and taking it again. And then there's another aspect of your life where you were building up a skill level, mastering something. And that's where your passion was. That's where it's like you were building your spiritual strength. Maybe even what you were mastering has to deal with spirituality. Maybe your skill has to do with tarot reading, Reiki, some type of spiritual advancement, psychic development, healing. There's something, and that spiritual strength, you focused your attention on that, and that allowed you to complete the cycle with whatever this very hurtful, painful, never-ending cycle that you were in. That allowed that cycle to complete, and like a starting of fulfillment, the beginning of it's like I'm watching your energy kind of disappear into whatever this painful situation is. And then over here, you're growing yourself over here as this part of you is just like getting smaller and smaller. You put your energy over here, and you allowed yourself, you gave yourself permission to expand over here. And somehow you weren't given permission by yourself or others around you to expand. So it's very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen an energy that way, or at least perceived it that way. It looks really beautiful. So, all right, Leos, let's look at your energy and current energies, present time. This is the energy of Seven of Cups. Choose wisely. So so in the past, it felt like there were no options, no control. Now you've been working on self-mastery and some skill, possibly a spiritual aspect to it. And now you have so many options. So many. What direction will you take? What do Leos need to know about Seven of Cups? What do they need to know about their options? All right. So it still seems that there is this aspect of you that is transforming. It feels like there is still this fear. There's this holding back that you have, a fear of change. maybe one of the choices that you have, oh, this makes it. So one of the choices that you have is to stay in a fearful place, a place of indecision. Another choice that you have is some choice that you have to be burdened by others' responsibilities, not enjoying things, doing things by yourself. It's some choice that you have to do all the work. You have to do all the heavy lifting. Another choice that you have is to focus on your money, saving money. Maybe being a little fearful of losing finances. All right. So far, those are several choices, opportunities that you have that you can take. Another choice is to step into Queen of Pentacles energy, to be in a nurturing space, nurturing yourself and nurturing others, being practical, growing your finances, being abundant. Taking care of yourself and others. There's both that, this and that. It's, I'm also getting like creating beauty around you. Another option, another opportunity is to go within, meditate, recuperate, renew, retreat. Another option, there might be people around you who want to manipulate you. Or you want to tune into untapped talents that you have. Maybe whatever you were mastering and working on in your past, there's a new aspect, a new angle that you want to develop. Something that's really interesting you and taking your attention. Another option is to create freedom for yourself, going against the grain of tradition and having faith that you can create something that's very unique to you. Untested is what I'm getting. Unorthodox. Wow. It feels like there are a lot of options on the table. Some seem to be less appealing than others, but you have choices. You have a lot of choices. I bet you have a lot more than 7 cups worth. It feels like you're at a crossroads or a fork in the road with lots of forks, lots of different ways you can go. It feels like it's hard for you to make those steps right now. It's difficult to make a choice. I feel like you're a bit in your head. Oh, and that makes sense. So your higher self is at 5 of Swords, conflict and defeat. So being in your head, thoughts. A lot of times, this is someone else is bullying you, someone else is at win at any cost. I get the feeling like you are really hard on yourself right now. I feel like this is an internal struggle that you're having. It's like you against you. It's like you against your inner critic. It's again you against whoever that person is that created that self-doubt in your space, that created fear of change, that told you that you need to play small. Telling you that being yourself won't get you very far, that trusting in yourself won't get you far. That energy, that voice in your head that says that you need to follow the crowd, you need to do what someone else tells you to do, not to follow your own light. Like those are just toxic type of thoughts, limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs about yourself. They're coming up now because it looks like you're ready to release these. Your higher self is saying, hey, maybe we focus on thoughts that would be helpful. I get that there's some aspect of your belief system that still believes that a punishing type of inner voice is what you need, so you don't waste your time, but instead it is just then creating people around you, a reflection where people around you are also putting you down, not wanting you to rise. Boy, that's tough. The thing is, you're ready to move. There's a part of you, your higher self is saying, you've got the determination, you've got the willpower, you've got the courage. Pick a direction. Move. Try something different. There's this exhaustion in your space. I think I'm picking up that it's resistance energy, resistance to change, resistance to be you, resistance to failure. What if I try this and I fail? I'm also hearing, what if I try this and I succeed? What do I do then? It's like I feel like your thinking, Leo, is creating some roadblocks to your own success, like some self-sabotage. The moment you get excited about something, you squash it, quash it. Squash, quash. You don't allow it. I feel like that's someone from your childhood that, didn't want you to get some big ideas, wanted to keep a cap on your creativity and your independence, and tried to make you fit into some structure. And so now they might not be around telling you these things anymore, but you are limiting yourself. You have created an internal program that squashes ideas, squashes independence and freedom to be yourself. It might be keeping you up at night and keeping you hopeless and in despair. it might be, you might be primed for doing some trauma work, some inner child work, some shadow work. I think you have done so much to lift yourself out of this hopelessness. And I feel like hope is the key to shifting this, at least starting with hope. Your challenge right now is third eye chakra. Seeing clearly, your challenge is seeing clearly. Balance in how you're seeing things. There's an imbalance in how you're seeing things. You might be perceiving that things are a lot worse than they are. You might be perceiving and focusing on the unwanted aspects of your life instead of whatever this is that's exciting you, or whatever it is that excites you, gets you psyched about being alive, whatever brings you satisfaction and fulfillment. Again, there's I feel like a lot of your fears are coming out, possibly with the energies as the vibration on the planet rises. You are being asked to address these fears, to accept these difficult energies and process them and then release them. Hmm. To see clearly, your challenge is to see clearly bully energy. Energy that is abusive, whether it's an internal struggle with an inner critic, as well as bully energy around you. There's the thread in this is that there are external bully type of energies in your space, controlling, manipulative, deceptive energies. And it has left you exhausted and with a very strong inner critic that even when the bullies are done, it's like you have them still in your space though, with like intrusive thoughts. And you believe the limitations on some level. There's a belief that they're right. Otherwise, why would I attract this to me? They must be correct. Boy, that's a part of you. And it's really, it feels like that's where you're going within to heal that aspect, to release limiting beliefs about yourself, to clear the people and situations in your space that aren't serving you, that are actually going like purposely trying to restrict and control you. Boy, this feels like a big wake up call. And an invitation to find your greatness. And yes, an invitation to realize that you're a star, that you have hope within, that nobody can douse that spark, that you have a calm about you, that you can reconnect with faith, that you really want purpose in your life, that you want to be the lead in your story, not a bit player, a character player, a walk-on part. You really want to see what you can do. Your challenge is to remember this aspect of who you are, that you're not small, that you can recreate yourself in any way that you see fit, that you can foster and strengthen a connection with the divine, with your higher self, and flow that energy and recreate something like as above, so below, as within, so without. So you can recreate yourself within, your vibration within, so you have a different experience outside of yourself. So your reflection in the world is very different. So you have very different experiences. You have been very willing to be vulnerable. I think a part of you knows this. Like, I'm not telling you anything new. There's a part of you that's like, yes, I am amazing. I've got something I would like to share. I have something that fulfills me and makes me feel complete. And I feel like tuning into that aspect of you would be very empowering, and letting the inner critic and the reflection of having bullies, like letting them go, creating healthy boundaries, discernment with your thoughts when you have an intrusive thought that's very critical of who you are. Would you talk to your best friend that way? Don't entertain intrusive thoughts about how limited you are. Don't listen to that if you wouldn't say that to someone else. Do you know what I mean? Take care of you. You're amazing. Remember how amazing you are. Tune into that spark. Build the fire of that hope, of that remembrance of you, and let this other energies go. Trust in yourself. You're amazing. You're powerful. The Leos I know are some of the most capable people I've ever met. They get things done. I think that's why people have tried to control your energy, is because you are so capable. Imagine what you could do if you took that energy and focused it towards whatever it is you want to create for yourself. All right, Leos, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I hope this was helpful. Take care.